you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Hey there, Splinterlands fans! We have a massive milestone approaching for the game. The SPS airdrop is ending in 2 days. That's right, for the first year of the SPS token, it has been airdropped to asset holders within Splinterlands. Those who held DEC, packs, land, cards, whatever the case is, you've been getting SPS airdropped to you just for holding those assets. And that will no longer be the case here in just a couple of days, which is going to mark for a major change in the Splinterlands ecosystem. So we're going to take a look at what's going to happen next, both factually as far as the changes to the SPS minting and things like that, as well as some speculation about how the economy might respond to that and what that might mean for prices of various assets, or investing strategies for assets within Splinterlands. So we're gonna go look at that. But first, I do want to mention that I have a huge live stream giveaway coming up. So here in the next 2 days, I'm going to be giving away one of each modern rare summoner in Splinterlands. There are 17 of those valued at a combined $100. I'm going to be giving away one of each of them over the next 2 live streams, so make sure you guys check out the links down below and come visit those live streams because it's going to be a ton of fun. All right, let's go jump in and let's go to the SPS screen right here so we can see, because it's up here at the top in the top right. Airdrop day 363 of 365. It is approaching, and it is a very, very bittersweet moment for somebody like me who has a decent number of airdrop points and over 9 million airdrop points. Been getting a decent amount of SPS every day. I certainly like collecting that SPS, but I'm also ready to move on to the next phase as well. So it's going to drastically change, because let's go look at the white paper here real quick. Let's go to the white paper, and this is the token distribution for SPS. Up top, you see airdrop 400 million, 13%, 33.3 million SPS per month is minted to issue to airdrop holders. That is gone. It is done. At least here in 2 days, it is done. You can check that off with the private sale. It's the second one that we can check off. That was 200 million, 20 million a month. Those make up a combined 20% of the token supply. That is 53 million a month in SPS that is being cut out compared to 2 months ago. And that is a big deal. Obviously, decreasing the amount of SPS inflation there is can, whether it's increase the value or just help sustain the value of it, either way, is a positive trend for the SPS price. So that's going to be great. Now we still do have some SPS that's being distributed. So there's still the DAO going to the foundation. That part doesn't really impact SPS price because we don't have access to using that yet. That goes to the players, to the SPS holders, and who can vote on what to do with that. That has no impact. We still have the team, the partners, small amount there. The play to earn and the staking LP Oracle rewards, that is going to be changing here as well. So we need to kind of go over this, because as SPS is going out, some new SPS minting is actually coming in. So let's go over to one of the recent blog posts here that shows the liquidity provider rewards, because that is going to start immediately after the airdrop. That is the only thing that's going to be added in immediately. And there's 7.5 million SPS a month allocated for the liquidity providers. It's going to go to these right here. They're actually leaving out 1.875 million SPS per month to add to additional pools as we feel that it's needed. So we're starting out with not quite max. And you're gonna be able to get some extra SPS from here, but that's 5.625 million SPS a month that's coming in, and there's 33 million SPS per month that's being taken out. So basically, we're going to mint 28 million SPS per month on once the airdrop's over here on day 1 after the airdrop. 28 million SPS per month fewer, and we've got 51 million SPS per month right now, so it's being sliced in half, over half. That is a huge cut, absolutely huge cut. Now, there will be a few other things that are added in here shortly. Not on day one after the airdrop, but in the next probably month or two. A lot of these were targeted for like August. We've got SPS in ranked battle rewards. That's going to be exciting. Validator nodes and adding it to guild brawl rewards. So one big thing to note here, that's going to be a huge shift in the economy, is who the SPS is being distributed to. Right now, SPS is being distributed basically to asset holders, whether it's SPS staking, the airdrop, or there's nothing that's being directly given to players in the game other than tournaments. There's 2.5 million a month that's assigned to tournaments, so a very small part of it is going to accounts for actually playing the game. And you're going to add 10 million a month to that with the brawl rewards and the ranked battle rewards. Shifting it to people who are playing the game is in my opinion, I think that's going to be very significant. Now, at this point, this is kind of just speculation, but obviously there's overlap between the players holding the assets and that type of thing and players playing the game. But it's still a shift, and I think that's going to put some value in the actual cards themselves, because it becomes more important how those cards actually perform on the battlefield. Like when you're looking at the airdrop, it's actually some of the lowest value cards that are the most valuable to hold for the airdrop. Some that have the cheapest power, basically. And I think we're going to see a little bit of a change in value going toward more of the high performing cards that can help people win those ranked battles, that can help people win those guild brawls. And that's a shift that I think is going to be good for the game. Now again, a lot of the times the people holding the assets and the ones playing the game are the same, but not necessarily. You can go rent on the marketplace or whatever the case is, so there can certainly be a difference there. And it talks about how once you factor in all these other things, it's 27% less SPS per month is going to be minted, which is huge. I mean, that's going to help the SPS price. You've got to think, right? It's going to help the SPS price. Maybe it doesn't mean it goes up, but maybe it just means it doesn't fall quite as quickly. I mean, you are still minting SPS, but at a much lower inflation rate. And then, oh, by the way, we've got something called Riftwatchers that's coming here again in probably the next 2 months or so as an estimate. That's Riftwatchers can only be purchased with SPS. You have to buy SPS. That will go to the treasury, and again, the treasury is basically getting locked up right now because we can't vote to spend it quite yet. That'll be here soon, but not quite yet. So less inflation, a huge utility for SPS coming where you need to have it if you want to buy these Riftwatcher cards. I mean, that's got to signal good things for SPS price, right? I mean, it's always hard to, you can never predict these things. It's hard to say, but it certainly makes sense. We have, if we come over, we can actually, here's a kind of another breakdown of the SPS rewards. So what I'm most fascinated to kind of watch though, is that the whole economy is going to change because just in how everything, the value of everything. We've got all these airdrops right here. Are some of them going to become more valuable or less valuable? Because theoretically, the direct value in all of these is going to go down, especially DEC. Right now, the most efficient way to get airdrop points is to hold DEC. And when that airdrop ends, where is that DEC going to move? Is it going to move to the liquidity pools? Is it going to move into buying cards so you can perform better on the battlefield, so you can win some more of this other SPS that's coming? Is it going to go to buy packs because you can exchange them at the self-peg rate in the store to just get packs? What about the value of the packs themselves? They're not gonna have airdrop points, so they're technically going to be less valuable, right? I'm actually very tempted with rental prices going up and potentially continuing to climb as SPS gets added to the battle rewards. And we talk about how those cards might be more valuable. That would increase rental prices. if you're holding packs right now, because I've talked about how I'm a huge believer in the long-term value of packs. I think once chaos sells out, the value of the packs eventually goes up, and the value of packs typically increases more than the value of the cards within them. But right now, one of the huge values of the cards inside them is you can go rent them out. And with rental prices so high, even if the cards aren't quite as valuable, the ability to generate extra income while you're holding them could be very, very significant. And yeah, maybe a year from now, the packs are worth more than the cards I got from them, but if I get a year's worth of rental income, which in some cases is over 100% APY right now, I'm probably going to make more off of those cards, especially if I can then take that rental income and continue to invest it into other things in the card or other items. We've got things like lands. Again, the land is technically going to be less valuable in 3 days than it is right now because you won't get any airdrop value from it. If you're holding land, there is no source of income for you. But the other thought is, land has actually been kind of a huge opportunity cost at the moment, because you don't get efficient airdrop points for land. Like, you would earn a lot more from your airdrop points if you were holding DEC than if you were holding land. So a lot of people opted to sell their land or just not buy land and get the DEC instead, and said, okay, I'm just gonna hold on to the DEC for the better airdrop value, or hold on to whatever the case is, put it in the liquidity pool, and then I'll buy back the lands later. Or I'll buy the land after the airdrop to use for the future. I want to get that extra airdrop value now. So are we going to see people that were holding DEC then go buy things like lands? I don't know where that DEC is going to go, and I'm very, very intrigued to kind of follow that and see what happens, because there are so many different ways that this can go. And I really think we're going to see a big movement in DEC. Now, again, there are liquidity provider rewards for holding DEC, whether it's with the SPS. There, we can go back to the post here. There are DEC LP rewards for DEC, BUSD, DEC Hive, SPS. I mean, there are different liquidity pool rewards there. And I don't know. We don't know what the ROI or the APY on that's going to necessarily be. What's the income going to look like? And that's something that might change. Like right now, if you calculate everything based on the current size of the pools, the highest LP rewards are going to come from this one right here, the voucher Hive pool. So if we're seeing, because we're seeing like a 400% APY, or projecting that based on the size of the pool, but that's not. If that's the case, a bunch of people are going to go buy vouchers and go jump into that pool because that's huge returns, right? The more people that are in the pool, the more people share the rewards, the less you get per voucher spin or whatever the case, or per dollar spin, I should say, not necessarily per voucher, because the price of vouchers could go up because of that. But I don't know. I know I've said that like 5 times, but I'm just fascinated to see, and it very well might be something where the best investment in the game changes every few days. Like, okay, this liquidity pool has the highest APY, but then everybody rushes to jump into that, and that goes down, and then suddenly it's something else that actually gets you better return. It's renting these cards, or it's owning something else, and then we see movements here and there, and I'm just fascinated by it because I enjoy the market side of the game. To me, there's multiple facets of this game. Obviously, you've got the game itself and the direct gameplay, and I absolutely love that. But I love playing the market things as well. And sure, it might actually make sense just to kind of spread things around to a bunch of different areas, but I like to be actively involved and participating in projecting where the best place to move everything to is. And I really enjoy that, and I get an entertainment value out of it. So I'm so intrigued at what's going to happen, and where some of this, particularly the DEC, is going to move to, and see how the end of the airdrop plus the addition of SPS into battle rewards and other places is going to change how money moves throughout the game. So anyways, let me know, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts? What do you think is the best place to go invest in right now? Yeah, we see it's kind of crazy. We'll even see people recommending opposite things because right now DEC is below peg, and there's going to be a tightening of that peg value, or some changes made to attempt to tighten that peg value. So investing in DEC could be huge. If you believe DEC is going back to peg and you buy it right now, that's a 70% return. But then other people are saying, no, don't buy DEC because as soon as the airdrop ends, everybody's going to sell their DEC and it's going to go down even further. Could DEC be a huge buying opportunity if it does dip even further? I don't know. You can look at so many different aspects and make an argument for this is the best place to invest. This is the best place to invest. I just can't wait to see it unfold. So anyways, let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching videos yet again. I will see you here Monday and Tuesday. We've got some epic live stream giveaways coming up. I cannot wait. I will see you all there.